Hey everybody, what's up? It's nice to be back again with yet another video, and today I'm actually doing something a little bit different. Firstly, it's in how I'm releasing this video. I'm actually going to release this pretty close to when I shot this, because for most of my unboxings and things, I tend to actually wait quite a while before releasing a video, just so I have like a nice back catalog. If I ever want to release stuff, then stuff starts uploading. The problem is now I'm several months behind, so to speak, so I'll shoot a video and it'll be several months before it goes up. This is kind of a time-sensitive thing. This is the Barnes & Noble Black Friday sale haul. Now, I budgeted quite a lot of money for this spending trip, so I actually didn't really look at how much money I saved, but I know that I got a discount on a bunch of these. So I got all of these right here. I got 4Ks where I could. But these are, for the most part, things that I've really wanted to own in my collection. And so I'm glad I was able to find these. Here we have Ben-Hur in Blu-ray. Now, for this one, I actually was doing some research. Also, context on this one. My family owns, I think, a special edition DVD of this, but we don't own any Blu-rays. I've seen this movie maybe 3 or 4 times, but I have yet to see it in HD. So I'm looking forward to seeing Ben-Hur in HD. Also, I have a Plex server where I host all the files that are ripped from the server, and it's not in one piece because the movie is so long. They had to split it across 2 discs. So it'll be nice to actually have the movie in one file versus spread out across multiple files. So here we've got the front, and this is going to be a very lightning round style of what I usually do for my unboxings and things. Here's what we see in the back. But the interesting thing about it's still split up into 2 parts. I'm actually not mad about this because I've since learned how to losslessly merge video files together. I use an app called Lossless Cut. So I'm actually not too mad about that. That also means that the video file on here the video files on here will have a higher quality because they're not compressed down to fit on one disc. But interesting thing about this is when they did the HD remaster of this, they didn't remaster this to HD. They actually remastered it to 4K. But I think something with the formatting for 4K discs wasn't all figured out yet, or it was too expensive. So there is a 4K version of this. It's just not for sale. So part of me was kind of I don't know, because there's a 100th anniversary of the studio thing where they're going to be releasing collections. It's possible that sometime within the next 2 years they do a 4K release of this. But I figured, hey, it's on sale. Why not pull the trigger? I think I got this for $12 was the sticker price. So for a Blu-ray, especially if a movie this good, doesn't really get a whole lot better than that unless you're going to a thrift store. So I figured, hey, why not? Next up, we have Fight Club. This is a movie that I think I've seen mostly, but I can't remember if I've seen it all the way through. One of my friends from college showed it to me, and ever since I've seen it, I was pretty impressed. Also, this is the movie that inspired the famous not famous, but what inspired the creation of my favorite television show, Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot is basically viewed as a modern version of Fight Club. So, again, this is another thing where there's not a 4K disc release of this. So, I'm going to settle for the best quality while I can. If they ever do a 4K release, I'll just upgrade what I have. That's pretty much the goal for everything I own on Blu-ray. But yeah, this is the art. I think of all of these discs, this actually might be my favorite art, even though I actually have something from the Criterion collection in this purchase. But yeah, here we've got the front, we've got the back. All this art is pretty dope. This stuff is still stuck to the side. It's a fair bit of plastic on here. It'll take me some time to get this all off. Opening this up, we've got just 1 disc. So pretty simple. It's just a Blu-ray, but I am happy to get this Blu-ray. Next up, we have The Flash in 4K. Now, yes, I know people are probably going to ridicule me for actually buying The Flash, but look, This movie, first of all, it's Black Friday, right? And this movie has MSRP'd at $50 for like multiple months now. I've wanted to see this movie because I am a fan of the Snyderverse. I haven't seen many of the other DCEU films, but I'm a huge fan of the Snyderverse. And I think this film is probably going to tie up some loose ends to the Snyderverse, considering the fact that it is involving, Ben Affleck's Batman. You've also got Ezra Miller's The Flash. Also, The Flash was heavily implicated in a lot of Martha. No, sorry, not Martha. The Lois thing. That's like Lois is the key. So I'm hoping that they put some of that stuff in here. I've been avoiding spoilers for this movie. So I'm just glad to be able to finally see it, and I'm not paying full price for this movie. Because there was no way that I was going to do that. The art is fair. Not anything crazy, but it's not bad either. I do kind of like how there's like this gold stuff here. I think it's a really cool accent. I'm actually surprised that not more studios have attempted that. Taking it off, it's not much different than with it on. Let's see here. Not to say that it's exactly ugly or anything. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. Also, let me know in the comments, is there an actual official way that I'm supposed to be opening these DVDs up or taking off the shrink wrap or no? I'm a little bit curious about that. Taking this off here. Alrighty. Cool. So now I've got most of the plastic off. Some of this plastic's kind of sticky for these Barnes & Noble releases. I don't know why. Ooh. This is pretty cool. Also, I've got a code. I'm gonna go ahead and redeem this, so don't try to scan it. But yeah, cool. Nice to own this. Probably am still spending more money on this than I would like, but it is what it is. At least I own it now, and I own the entirety of the Snyderverse as well as the conclusion of it, hopefully. So, I am looking forward to consuming that, checking that out, and seeing if I enjoy it or if I hate it. I'm expecting they're not really going to like it very much, but we'll see. Coming up next, we have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I actually liked this movie a fair bit. There were some aspects of how they did the international conflict and stuff that I kind of liked a bit better than in the first Black Panther movie. It definitely was sad not to have Black Panther around or Killmonger in a real way, because they both were fantastic characters. But nonetheless, I think it was a better story. I think it was a little bit more sprawling, and I think they made it a bit more interesting. Here we've got the front. Here we've got the back. When I have more time, I'll just take a look at that on my own. And let's see. Taking off all of the shrink stuff. Now, I will say that I'm not really actively collecting Marvel movies in general. This is just a movie that I saw and that I wanted to own, so I went and bought it. I do eventually plan on buying the entirety of the MCU. The problem is it'll be very expensive for me to do so. I do have the first movie in this series, the first Black Panther movie, but it's in DVD, and I'm gonna have to upgrade it or whatever into 4K eventually. But once I have some more films in my collection, I think I might then go for the Marvel movies. But I don't want it to be 50% Marvel movies, which is what it would be because my collection is so small. But anyways, this is what we get here on the inside. We've got, this is cool. We've got this over here. Stuff about movies anywhere. And we have ads for Disney Plus. Which is a little bit ironic because I am buying all of this stuff to get away from streaming services, but and the Disney Movie Club. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I think it's cool that at least there's some inserts, because it's pretty rare to see inserts on mainstream DVD releases nowadays. So, not particularly striking disc designs, but they're not awful either. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to watching this again, because I've only seen it once. I've never seen it on home media, so should be interesting. And lastly, we have this. Now, this is actually my first ever Criterion Collection item. Now, my sister went and spoiled my my Christmas gift and got me what is it, Wally from the Criterion Collection. Now that is a steelbook. So while this is going to be my first ever like Criterion Collection item, what her gift is actually going to be my first ever Criterion Collection steelbook. So that is a nice distinction still. But this is a movie that I've also seen, you know, a handful of times on DVD. My family owns it, but I've never ever seen it in Blu-ray. And I have a lot of faith in the Criterion Collection's restorations. You know, I am not one of those nerds who's seen a bunch of Criterion movies. However, I did see the original, the first original Japanese Godzilla movie that Criterion Collection went and remastered and then put on YouTube. And it was fantastic. So I definitely have faith that this is going to look great. The cashier who saw me checking out all these items also said, good choice. I said I've only seen this in DVD. He said even better because it looks so much better on Blu-ray. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. This art is kind of cool. Not sure how I feel about it. I do like the DVD art better because it's like all red and it just is like the dagger stuck into the table. That's very cool. You know, we got some nice stuff here in the back. I wonder if this will have inserts. Ooh, yeah, I am. This is cool. It lists all of the chapters. That's awesome. That's awesome. I am not used to the Criterion Collection experience, so this is very cool. This is awesome. You know, I don't have time to show you guys all of this, but there's like a full list of the cast, artistic renderings of all the actors and characters. Like this is cool. This is cool. I'm looking forward to diving into this. But yeah, you know, I must say that for Black Friday, I did go on quite a good haul. I also ended up getting, what is it, Star Trek Into Darkness on Blu-ray. However, when I tried to, from a thrift store for like $3, but unfortunately when I tried to rip it, both of my programs that I typically use ended up choking on it. So I think there's something wrong with the disc. If I put it in my DVD player, or Blu-ray player, I might be able to watch most of it, but I don't think I'll be able to watch the whole thing in HD. I ripped the DVD, which is fine. So I am a little bit miffed about that, but eventually I'll upgrade that to 4K anyways. But I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, my nice little haul here. You know, I do feel like I collect a lot of stuff sometimes, but, you know, in comparison to a lot of people on YouTube, this is actually not much, I would think, if you look at some of the bigger collectors on YouTube doing Black Friday hauls. So I don't particularly care. I'm not in it for the competition, but these are all movies that I've definitely wanted in my library. It's cool to get them at a discount. You know, big ups to Barnes & Noble for like probably being the best brick and mortar retail chain that is selling you know, discs and Blu-rays. You know, reasonable prices where they can, you know, where they can be found. Of course, you know, they're going to have to adhere to MSRP prices to certain extents, but, you know, they sell stuff at like good prices. Like, you know, the retail price for this was pretty good. It was pretty fair. The retail price for this was pretty good and pretty fair. So props to them. I signed up, you know, to get the rewards with them and the points and things, and I might go and buy more discs from them because I do want to support them with like Best Buy stopping selling discs and Walmart disc sections. I'm seeing those get gutted. I live near multiple Walmarts, I believe. Relatively, I guess. I don't know. I like driving, so maybe it's not that close. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling, but it's so cool that Barnes & Noble you know, sells so many discs that I was able to find so many movies that I wanted to own. I was able to get them at a reasonable price for Black Friday. Barnes & Noble, very, very cool. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little bit longer, more rambly, and maybe less focused than usual. I'll see you guys in another video if you want to see me in another video.